Okay, cats, I know it's warm, but you'll have to do something for the camera. Ooh, we have a willing volunteer for my introduction. Ooh, it's a kitten cat. Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to another edition of Borders on Budgets. On this episode, we are in Minsk, Belarus, where we will take a tour of the city's historical upper town, including its commerce, its historical carriages, churches, and yes, cats. Hey, that's a $40 wire you're chewing.
Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to this pack of matches, and thank you very much for tuning in.
Seems like this should be on the Blair Witch.
Next episode. What a reminder, Borders on Budgets.
As shown at the Archaeological Museum, the city of Minsk traces its roots back almost a millennium.
От нее потом идет знаменитый мужской цилиндр. Очень просто, французская революция.
Because Minsk was a financial center for centuries, it is not surprising that these are just some of the coins that have been unearthed during archaeological digs. At the Museum of the Carriage Barn, there is a display as to what transportation would have been like in Minsk, say, about 100 years ago. Not unlike today, citizens would have shown off their wealth and status based on the type of transportation they owned. And as a financial center, Minsk would have had citizens who would have wanted to display their wealth. Now, where is the acceleration on this carriage? For those citizens who didn't have their own private carriage or sled, the Museum of the Horse-Drawn Tram shows what life was like on public transportation 100 years ago in Minsk. One, please.
На Захарьевской улице выстроились запряженные парами лошадей открытые вагоны темно-синего цвета длиной 8 метров. По окончании молебствия и обряда окропления водой зданий парка все почетные гости были приглашены занять места в вагонах. В первом экипаже...
Conductor. The ticket taker didn't know what time the next tram is, so I decided to call. I've been put on hold. I didn't realize that they had Muzak back in the 1890s. At the center of the upper town in Minsk is this curious sculpture. Having attained self-governance more than 500 years ago, it was the city of Minsk that introduced a system of weights, scales, and measurements for the purposes of tax collection that eventually paved the way to today's metric system. So when you Americans will eventually have to change from the imperial system to meters, liters, and grams, go ahead. Blame Belarus. If tax collection is at the center of the upper town, surrounding the plaza are 5 churches. Let's step by the 17th century St. Duhof, if for no other reason than its doors are open and it gives us an opportunity to escape the summer's heat. On this warm afternoon, it gives me yet another reason to have a kvas. It is a malted, non-alcoholic drink served cold, absolutely delicious. The upper town of Minsk is located nearest the Svislosh River, and it is also a trendy, moneyed part of the city. Where better to find out some of the history of finance in Minsk than a quick stop at the Museum of Money.
In medieval times, most of our territory was a part of Great Kingdom of Lithuania. It was a big state in the central of Europe, and the Great Duchy of Lithuania have a big traders with European countries. Some of our medieval kings were from European countries, for example from medieval Germany, medieval Hungary, medieval Poland and other countries, and they very often use some European ideas in finance on our territory of Belarus.
What are we looking at?
So it is the first coins on territory of Belarus. It is ancient Roman Empire. The 2nd century of our history. Wow, silver.
Let me finish up my kvas, then we'll see the cats. In addition to the cats, the Cat Museum is adorned with cat paraphernalia and cat artifacts. Oh, ew, ew. Oh. Motionless cat statue. Motionless cat statue. Motionless live cat. Oh, it moved.
This museum was created 3 years ago, and there are 16 cats and 4 little lovely kittens. Now they all for adoptions.
Hot fur. This cat has the right idea, finding a shady spot in the museum.
And as well play with cats, pet them, and it is possible to adopt one of them. These cats were homeless, so they want to find new home.
Well, these guys have had an exhausting day, and it's just about closing time here at the Cat Museum. So, thank you for tuning in to this edition of Borders on Budgets. A reminder, Borders on Budgets, long distance hikes, slices of life, not a lot of money. From the Cat Museum in the Upper Town in Minsk, Belarus. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Ooh, tunnel! It's a tunnel! Oh, how neat! Woo, woo!
Just finishing up my kvas, then we'll go see the cats. Cats. Did you like this story? Of course you did. It's a cat-related video. Help Borders on Budgets. Hit the subscribe button below. It's somewhere around there, and help this channel grow. In the meantime, I'm going to post a link to a previous story about cats from Kotor, Montenegro, and don't forget to send this video to your cat-loving friends.